So, real quick, you know how people say be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. So, this is a true event, something that just recently happened, which I appreciate. And I'm thankful for all the resources. So, there is a conference coming up for HR professionals. It's a SHRM conference here in Michigan, and it's in a few weeks. And a lot of the people who I know, of course, in HR, they work for a company. They are not entrepreneurs. They're not self-employed. They work for a company. And so I'm on this board and we were talking about this conference, and keep in mind in total this conference is like between $1,200 and $1,500 for this 3-day conference. And we were talking about, we had a board meeting, we were talking about this conference. Again, this is a board that, again, be careful what you wish for. I kept saying I want to be on somebody's board, and now that I'm on this board, it is very time consuming. I appreciate it because I know in the long run it's going to be beneficial to me, my career, everything in the long run. Like, I'm thinking about longevity. But again, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. So we were having a board meeting, and we were talking about this conference, and everybody was saying how they're going to go to this conference. And they were like, yeah, well, my company's paying for me to go. My company is, I'm just like, well, you guys know I am self-employed. So that $1,500 kind of stretch if I don't really necessarily need it. I said, however, is there opportunity to volunteer? And if I do volunteer, like, what is the benefits? And they were like, oh yeah, you can volunteer. If you volunteer, like, we'll pay for your whole trip, pretty much. I said, okay. So I said, what do I have to do? Like, can you register me? Can you sign me up? They're like, oh, no, no, no. You have to prepay. Like, you pay for it and then we will reimburse you later. And I was like, oh, okay. Not the answer I was looking for, but thankfully I do have the resources to prepay for this or pay for this experience, which I know is going to be an experience because this will be my first time attending this conference. So I'm looking forward to it. And then when I was like, well, what all entails being a volunteer? Like, I'm good. I will be a volunteer. Like, whatever I have to do, let me know. And they're like, oh, sometimes you might have to introduce some of the speakers, and things like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Again, another growing opportunity because there will be thousands of people at this conference. And so I'm looking at it as a benefit, right? So I have to look at the positivity and everything. And this is going to continue, and this is going to help me in my career and to grow as a HR professional, a real estate professional, a notary, because all of this does is dealing with speaking to people and speaking to thousands of people or speaking to hundreds of people, which is all great skills to have.